What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I talk about cameras, photography, and all that good stuff. Today we're going to talk about the 7Artisans 50mm f0.95 crazy fast aperture, but it's not the first f0.95 I've reviewed before. If you're curious, I did review another 7Artisans f0.95, the 35mm version, which I really enjoy that lens. This lens, I feel a little different about. There are some bad things to go along with this lens and how fast it is, but real quick disclaimer, yes, 7Artisans did send me this lens, and I just so happen to have one, maybe even this box here, to give to you guys. So yes, this video is gonna have a giveaway. At some point in the video, I will tell you guys how to win the lens and things like that. It's gonna be US only. Sorry guys, I'm getting married soon and I gotta just, make things easy for me. And maybe in the future I'll do a lens giveaway worldwide. Okay, so let's get into a couple of things about this lens. Obviously first, yes, it is super fast, f0.95. It lets a ton of light in. I mean, look at the front element of this lens. It's insanely huge on the front of this lens. Definitely bigger than the lens element on the 35mm, but this lens is actually slightly shorter. It's a little more compact. I would almost say that this lens is chunky, so it's a bit of chunk on your Sony a6000 or whichever Sony APS-C camera you want to use it on. It also comes in other mounts, and I will list all of that good stuff in the description, links to this lens or the other mount versions and all that. So let's get this out of the way. First bad thing about this lens is that the f0.95 is incredibly soft. Like, if you're getting this lens to just shoot at f0.95, know that the image quality is going to be very soft and it's just not super sharp at all. It's almost like you're shooting with a filter on when you're stopped at that aperture, like a mist filter on the edge of your lens, but there is no filter. It's just f0.95 craziness that's going on with this lens. 35mm is definitely a little bit sharper, but it's a different focal length. You might be using it for a different thing or something like that. So yeah, I just want to put that out the gate. This lens is not sharp at all at f0.95. Now, does that make this a bad lens? No, it doesn't. But let's go over some other bad things. Other bad thing is the chromatic aberration. You can see it aplenty, especially at f0.95 and other low f-stops. And then the other bad thing about this lens is it seems to not have very good coating, or I don't know what's going on, but there are a bunch of lens flares. And, as you guessed it, probably it is definitely the worst at f0.95. I feel like it's somewhat of a gimmick, but it's also not, because it's to be expected with a lens that is this cheap that gives you that f0.95. Let me explain. f0.95 is not something that is on a lot of lenses. If you have like a Nikon Z camera, they have that Noct or Noctua, whatever it is, really fast lens that's like, you need to sell your kidney for it or something like that. It's that expensive. Whereas this is sub $300. And then if you even look a little bit closer to this in the price range, I think there's a Miticon f0.95 that's double the price of this. So there's really nothing out there on the market that gives you the same aperture speed as this lens or the 35mm for around the same price. So just straight out the gate, 7Artisans is packaging a really well-built lens as far as aesthetics and focus ring and aperture ring. They're super smooth, but then you have the drawbacks of some of the, image quality and artifacts and things like that at that speed. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about just shooting exclusively at f0.95. This is the cheapest lens that you're going to get with that speed, but at the same time, you're gonna have some different things going on, like chromatic aberration, not really great sharpness, and some lens flares. You may not give a crap about any of that and just want to shoot at f0.95, and if that's what you want, this lens or the 35mm is for you. One thing I do like though is because it's so well built, it's easier to focus than some other manual lenses that I've used. Again, f0.95, it's difficult. It is so difficult. You're gonna miss a ton of shots. You're not gonna get them in focus. It's going to be trial and error and just getting better at using a lens like this. Stop down to like f2.8, and I love this lens. It's really fun to use. I did some walk around photography in Stroudsburg, PA. We were at a wedding. Congrats, Shelby and Trevor. And yeah, it was really fun to use at f2.8. It's not the ideal lens for street photography, which is what I was using it for during that weekend, but you know, I think it's pretty suitable and I really like the results I got at f2.8. Obviously, this lens excels as a portrait lens, so at f1.4, here are some photos of my fiance Meg, soon to be wife, depending on when I release this video. And yeah, I really like the results from that. Again though, it is difficult to get things in focus. Sometimes I had her nose in focus, and with focus peaking, it is a great help, but you know, for me, I don't have like the best eyesight in the world, so f1.4, f1.2 on a manual lens like this, it's kind of tough to get the eyes in focus, but for what its main purpose for is, and that's portraits at faster apertures, I like it. It's just difficult to use, which is all manual lenses that are super duper fast. Okay, I just thought of, as I'm literally recording this video, how you watching this video can win the lens that I have to give away. And that is going to be whoever can pick the date in October. Bonus points if you pick the year, but just the date in October that is my anniversary with my future wife. Again, whenever you're watching this, Meg. We're getting married on October 30th of this year, but when did we first start dating? Many moons ago. So if you get that date right and first, trust me, I get all the emails. I'll be able to see who does it first. But whoever gets that date right first, when we first started dating, day in October, I will send you this lens, and you have to be in the United States. Sorry guys, just makes it easier for me. This lens shares a lot of similar qualities to the 35mm by 7Artisans, and I really love this kind of premium lineup that they have. The 35, 50, and also the 60mm f2.8 macro, which I've done a review on, all have this really well built kind of styling. They have that black or almost like gun gray rear lens element that I really like, and they look so sharp. They may not be sharp at their fastest aperture, but they look really sharp kind of as a brand of 7 or a sub brand of 7Artisans, and I really like the pricing of these lenses. They really offer something unique, and they are a great value overall. So just wanted to put that out there. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, or kind of like a little mini review of the 7Artisans 50mm f0.95. It's a really fun lens. It has a lot of flaws at its fastest aperture, but you know, maybe one of you will win it. Maybe, just maybe. I'll pin whoever won the lens in the comments down below, so the pinned comment is going to be the winner. So please don't be commenting dates long after the winner is chosen, but I'm sure people will miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that you're watching this. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.